when it comes to mixing, there's a lot of things to kind of finish out the process and make things shine the best that they can. One of those is automation. Now, with automation, there's tons of things that you can dive into, but let's start with the basics here and let's look at simple volume automation. So here in Studio One, I have a session pulled up from a song that I've been working on here called Let Me In. This is what the full thing sounds like, just everything together minus the vocals. There is specifically one spot here that we need the pad and the dark organ to fade out instead of just abruptly stop. And what you hear when it abruptly stops that doesn't sound great. It's not natural feeling. We want it to kind of come down. This is where automation comes in. So the first thing we want to do is we can come over here, and if we look, we can expand envelopes. So expanding envelopes will bring down this, which is a volume to automate. We can take this volume, move it up and down, but we can also create a slope to fade that out. So we want to turn this on, and here we can take the pointer finger and we can just click once, click a second time, and then grab that one and move it down. Now here, you can make this a little bigger if you need to see a little bit more, but it's as simple as that. So now you have staying organized in a mix session is paramount to success. And if you don't already use a mix template inside Studio One, then head to floodwaterstudios.com/template. Grab your free copy today. My gift to you. Get everything set up, put everything in the right place, and you're going to be off to the races knowing where everything is exactly in the tune. Even getting into the automation for things, you can automate groups and folders, everything at once. It's a real game changer. Go grab your copy today, floodwaterstudios.com/template. That's wonderful. So we can do the exact same thing for the pad. We click that expand envelopes. We can come down here. You can try to click where everything was. If you don't have the right spot, if the grid is messing with you, if you click that, you can drag it over to where you need it to be. Close enough. This one, just drag it down. We want it to 0. We want to get it out of the way here. So now we listen to both of them together, starting at the fade, and we have perfect. So now we're fading everything down together. Now, you can also get into different types of fades if you wanted to more swoop in with a different type of fade, or kind of expand out so it gets a little bit louder before it drops heavy, or you could have it get real quiet pretty quick. You can curve it here. There's a little node in the middle here that pops up, so you can curve how you would like your fade to sound. We can listen to these two variations. So if we curve it up, this is what your fade is going to sound like. So it starts, and this was a little too far back. We wanted to go right before the end here, so we can have it actually fade. So here we have that bell curve kind of giving us a slope down. If we reverse it, it's going to fade a lot quicker with a slope in like that, and we can hear that now. So you can see it's more of a drastic, quick fade out. So depending on what you're working with, this could hurt, it could help, it could be the exact thing you're looking for. So different options there. Now you can also change different ways that you want to automate. So you can add a bunch of nodes in here. You can make things look crazy. You can have them kind of get a little bit louder and then kind of bounce around, and you can listen to that. So really, the world is kind of your oyster. You can start writing automation however you like. Now, if you do have some sort of MIDI control or some faders that you have options to use, you can also use that. You can see I'm using my PreSonus fader port here. The audio is getting louder and quieter as I move the fader up. You can write automation with that as well. So we can take this, delete this, and we want to write automation starting around measured 93 here. So we're going to come back just a little bit. We are going to change this to right. So now we can adjust. It's going to read everything here for us. So let's go ahead and start here. So as I pull the fader down, you can see all the nodes that it's making. And now we just let it hold out and finish the phrase. If you want, you don't have to let it play out either. This node right here that brings it back to full volume, if you double click, that goes away. So now you have just that fade out. Now, what if you want these to fade at the exact same time, the exact same way? That's perfect too. What we can do is we can come in here, we can highlight our automation, and we can copy it. So now that we have it copied, we can set our playhead to where we need it to be, roughly around the same spot, because wherever your playhead is, that's where it's going to paste. So then we can just paste that in. Now, the volumes for these were different, yes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this first node, bring it up here, so that way it brings into that slope. And then again here, we're just going to get rid of that, and then we're golden. So now, listening to them together, they're going to fade roughly the exact same at the same time for everything. All right, we just made a rookie mistake, and that's fine. Let's show what I did, and let's correct this also, because it can happen all the time in automation. So you can see here for the dark organ, I left this in right, and you can see it is now overwriting anything that we just did with the fade. So let's go ahead and Command Z, get rid of what we just did, and now we want to change right to read. So that way it's just reading what we've done. It's not making any other changes unless we want it to make changes, but we don't want to right now. So let's listen to the fade outs together. So everything fades out very nicely, evenly, but let's listen in context with the tune, because there's a very specific point that I want this to fade out at, and we can do some fine tuning now that we have our curve. So that's great how everything happened. We can actually bring this out just a little bit here. So we can move that out there just like that and have the fade closer to where we need it to break in the song. That sounds really good to me, and that is simple audio automation in a couple different ways that you can accomplish it. Now, I know automation is one of those things that you can go absolutely crazy with. even getting into different parameters of specific plugins. If you want to see a more in-depth video with automation and the endless possibilities that we could really dive into, let me know down in the comments section. Let me also know, how do you normally use automation? I'd love to see what you guys do on a normal mixing basis. I hope this helps, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Until then, go record something. See ya.